If you can hear me whispering, then it's definitely working. But if for some reason it won't work unless I'm talking a little bit louder, this should definitely work. And I should totally be able to tell which one it is and if it works or not. Hey guys, it is Wednesday, December 24th, and it is 12:17 p.m. I'm just getting around to vlogging this week. This week has been a shit show, to say the very absolute least. The start of the week was a very long and annoying week. On Monday, I had, and please excuse my hair, it is just as bad as the end of the last vlog because I am, in fact, recording these at the same time, except the differences between that video and this video is that I have a new mic. I had my success coaching, and then at about 3:30 or 4 p.m. actually. At 4 p.m. I helped one woman with her support group meeting that I'm currently filling in for, but don't have the capacity to keep up with for very long term. And while I don't believe that any of what happened was malicious or intended to be like a negative thing or anything like that, like I don't think she was being crappy on purpose, but she did end up going through that entire thing with me. We spent an hour and a half together. And then she hits me with, "Oh, I'm just so tired. I didn't sleep very good last night. I haven't retained anything you said. Could we do this again on Friday?" And in the moment, I was just so stunned. So I just said, "Sure." And I still wanted to help her, and I still do. But I was just like, I have too much on my plate. I can't do that. So I ended up sending her an email. I sent 5 emails Monday night, 5 very large emails Monday night. And the first one was to her. I said, "Hi, I just wanted to say I had a nice time talking with you yesterday during our meeting. I'm sorry you weren't feeling too good, and I hope that you're feeling better today. I just wanted to reach out and let you know that I will not be able to make the meeting we had planned for Friday. I originally accepted your invitation because I wanted to help you, but after some thought, I'm realizing I have a bit too much on my plate at the moment and can't take on more. I've went and found some YouTube videos that may be able to guide you through the process of learning Zoom or at least give you some advice, as well as some of the info on the organization website for new hosts, as well as the link to the monthly new host orientation. It's held on the first Sunday of the month at 2 p.m. Eastern. You will need to register in order for the admin to know that you're coming. You would need to do this orientation before being allowed to host this organization's meetings." And then I sent her the link. You may also email the admin at this email address if the date or time doesn't work for you to schedule an orientation meeting with her. Do note that the admin will answer any questions you may have about hosting Zoom meetings and will be more than happy to walk you through hosting a meeting as well if those YouTube videos wind up being not very helpful for you. Also, please check the email I sent to both you and this other woman. I included some updates in there regarding the meeting and the progress made, as well as my offers to contribute. And I'm going to read you that email as well. I said, "Hi, I wrote up the script," which context for that is we decided to rewrite the script to kind of suit the new meeting format a little bit better. So I had volunteered to rewrite the script so that it would be a little bit easier to navigate and a little bit easier to understand, because there were sections that just were not really easy to follow, but it was also just outdated. I said, "Hi, I wrote up the script. I reformatted it into a Google document and rewrote the script to reflect the changes being made to the meeting. I will be using this script on December 28th. I will be using this script on the 12/28 meeting, and we can hold a group conscience at the end of the meeting to see how people feel, how people like it, and what will happen with this meeting. If it is decided per group conscience to convert this meeting to a WWVM group, I will continue to host during the transition from an independent meeting to a WWVM workshop, as well as search for a new host to cover this meeting. If no host has been found by January 25th, 2026, the last Sunday of the month, I will be pulling back as formal host, though will be available via email for anybody interested in becoming the host, and will happily guide them on the steps they would need to take to become the meeting host. And if it is not decided to convert the meeting to a WWVM group, then I will be stepping back after December 28th, as I had originally promised, due to a lack of capacity on my end. I want to empathize that this is not a reflection of the group or the care I have for it. I truly hope that the meeting continues in whatever way feels best for those involved, and I'll also be available via email to offer guidance or support during your journey. Thank you all for the care, presence, and consideration you bring during this transition. I appreciate your willingness to engage thoughtfully as we discern the next steps together, and I trust the group conscience to guide what unfolds. Please don't hesitate to reach out to my email with any questions ahead of the 1228 meeting. I look forward to being together then. Which I don't know why I typed it like that, but. And then I also emailed the admin about the social media stuff. And then I had to type up the agenda. I had to email the committee and create the agenda and then send out said agenda. And then I also had to email the two people who are being elected for positions in the committee because I just was like, you guys are going to need to be present if you want to be elected. If you're not present, we can't elect you. Anyway, I sent those emails out, and I then I went into that meeting with that one woman about 3:30 or 4. We spent 90 minutes together. An hour and a half later, I get an email from someone else saying, "Hey, the committee meeting is in an hour. See you there." And I was like, "Are you joking me?" And me being frustrated with that whole situation. You couldn't send a reminder a little bit sooner? Like even earlier in the day, even like a 3-hour notice, so that like I could prepare a little bit. So I went to that meeting and then I was sick all night because I was so stressed out. Tuesday, which was yesterday, I was sick in the morning, and then yesterday was literally the worst fucking day. Like it was genuinely one of the worst days I've had in a while. I woke up not feeling good, and that was because of Monday night. I went to bed feeling sick on Monday, and I woke up with tummy problems on Tuesday. And they started to go away a few hours after I woke up, but it was at the point where I was just worried to eat because I was like, well, last night I ate dinner and then I got sick. So now I'm worried that, like, because I have this earlier meeting that's happening in a couple of hours, that if I eat something, I'm just going to get sick like I did last night. So I decided to hold off to eat until after the meeting. But during the meeting, a bunch of freaking crap happened. Like an hour before the meeting, Andy threw up everywhere. Like, was just laying on my lap 1 second, and then the next second, he's doing the puke dance, and I had to throw him on the floor so that he wouldn't throw up on me. And then he threw up twice in here, back to back. And then, like, his ears were warm, and he's acting weird. And I was really worried. I was keeping an eye on him because he was keeping food down. He still had an appetite. So I was like, he's probably not sick. I don't think he'd be eating. Cats usually don't eat when they're sick, like sick. So I was just keeping an eye on him. And then my meeting started, and Andy was on the porch. So I was like, okay, cool. He's on the porch, he's chilling. And I'm talking with this member before we start because it was just me and this person. So I was like, well, we'll just talk for a little bit. We're both seasoned members, unless they want to talk, or unless they want to start the script. Otherwise we're just gonna yap until somebody else joins. But so I hear a cat screaming from the back porch where Andy is, which again, and I will say this in probably every video, my porch is screened in. The cats are fine out there. It's completely screened in. There's no way any kind of creature except a lizard could get in. Anyway, so I hear a cat scream, and then I hear a bunch of thrashing around. And my first thought is, oh my God, that's Andy. And while I'm speaking to this person, had to go, hang on a second, get up and run to the back porch because I think Andy's having a health episode, a health crisis, a health emergency. I go back there and I see a fucking feral cat hunting. That put a pit in my stomach after that. I was shaking for like 10 minutes after. I was so stressed out. And then the meeting had to go on, so we went on with our readings when somebody else joined. And so after that, during the meeting, we go through our shares. Andy's up on the couch. We're just hanging out. We're chilling. And then Lucas comes in here. And he's also looking weird and funny. So, and this starts right when I start to share. So I go, Lucas, what's wrong, buddy? And he looks like he's about to throw up. So I'm like, what is going on? And so I look back at him because he was back here behind the couch. And then I notice he has something in his mouth. So I'm like, oh my God, is he choking? Are you kidding me? So I just get up from my computer and walk over to him because I'm concerned. And it turned out he had a lizard tail in his mouth, which was still moving. And then he, like, because he came in here running, so I thought something happened. And then I was overcome with disgust because what the fuck do you mean? There's a lizard tail in my house. And so I have to keep pushing Lucas away because he keeps trying to get the lizard tail because it's moving, and I don't have, like, I had to go get a paper towel to get it. And then Lucas kept trying to go to that spot even after I picked it up, and then I had to usher the cats to the bedroom. It was like a 2-minute debacle. And so that happens. I'm embarrassed. I continue with my share. And I was just, oh my God, I cannot believe I was going to eat after this meeting. I was hungry by the end of this meeting. I had to clean the whole apartment before I could even think about making food. I ate lunch at like 7:30 p.m. Like that was my first meal of the day. So honestly, it was closer to breakfast at 7:30 p.m. at night. So, yeah, yesterday, and then like I had a bunch of other stuff come up too yesterday. Like somebody had emailed me about the meeting where I kind of freaked out. I guess I'll talk to you guys. And then today nothing has happened. I just woke up not too long ago. Yeah. I hung some lights in my in on the porch. But that I haven't done anything else really. So I will probably update you guys soon. Talk later. Hey guys, it is Wednesday, December 24th still. It's 7:55 p.m. and I thought I would do a little check-in with the babies present. Let me push this back just a little bit more because I want you to see both of them. Also, wait, hold on. We are chilling. We're hanging out. I am currently doing a mental health check-in that my therapist sent me. I just got out of a couple meetings. I'm about to go into another one here shortly. After I finish this, I'm cooking dinner. I have food. I have water boiling on the stove right now to continue washing my pots. I have therapy with her on Saturday, I believe, at 9 a.m., which is probably the earliest she has ever asked me to come and see her. And I'm a little bit worried about that. Hi, baby. Come on. Hello. Have some shame, Lucas. Andy, have some shame, Andy. All right, there you go. As long as you're comfy. But that is the only time she had available until before the New Year. Beggars cannot be choosers. I didn't want to miss another therapy session before the New Year. Additionally, I didn't want to miss a week. I need to lock in a little bit because I have a lot of stuff I need to do tonight. And I'll look at my list here in a minute. I actually have been having a lot of trouble doing that. I've been having a lot of trouble being I've been really restless. I have been really irritable lately, and I have felt like that as well. I forget how long these are. So I guess I'll take a moment and pause so that I can tell you guys this stuff so I can lock in. So I have done a lot of things this week. I have been able to, like, I've gotten a lot of my to-do list done. I don't know if you can see all the stuff that's crossed out, but there are a lot of things that are crossed out on that list. And then I need to, which I did already start this stuff, some of it. I'm sorry, Lucas is looking at the string on my. No, it's not a toy. It's not a toy. It's my notebook. Andy is mixing biscuits with all of his legs. Yeah, I think he does that, by the way, because he only has the one front paw, so I think he mixes biscuits with all of his legs. I don't know. He's a little weirdo. But he does that again. You can just stop scratching your ears open, bud. Anyway, so I have 5 commissions I need to do tonight, and I need to finish them all tonight because they are supposed to be done by tomorrow. I promised a lot of people I would get all of my commissions done by Christmas, and I'm going to. It's just going to be hard. There's my bird clock. It is 8 p.m. I am going to scoot this since Andy has moved, and I want both of them in the shot. He's so interested in the bird clock. He kind of hates it sometimes, but he also kind of likes it. And then I want to do my 2026 tarot reading tonight just because it's like low effort in terms of like I don't have to get up and do stuff. I might do the actual reading, but I might just pull the cards and then do the reading later. I also want to do my 2026 goals tonight, again, just to get something off the to-do list that isn't too labor intensive, but still knock something off of my to-do list. I want to try to edit the 12/28 vlog, the one that's going to go up this Sunday, because that is still a priority of mine. I still need to get that vlog up. I think I'm just gonna put art videos on hold for right now. Oh my god, look how cute Andy looks. Andy, he's just so precious. Both of them are. And then if I have time, I want to do my Patreon rework and I want to fill out my 2026 and 2027. Hi, sweet pea. My 2026 and 2027 FAFSA because I did get an email saying that I needed to do that, and I certainly need to do that before college starts. So that is on the agenda tonight. That Christmas Eve meeting is starting now. Andy, he's just having a good old time over there. But that the Christmas Eve meeting is starting now. I do at least want to get my food cooking before I go into that meeting. I also don't really feel like sharing. I kind of just want to zone out, if I'm going to be honest. I also am going to watch Rivalry. My best friend has been ranting and raving about it for days now. And she has very good taste in media, so I trust her judgment when she talks about good media. Anyway, so I'm going to finish this little questionnaire up, and I think I'm going to, I don't know, maybe I'll do it with you guys. Maybe I'll finish this up with you guys. Thinking about everything in the past week, how satisfied have you been in your relationships with other people? Satisfied, I think. I don't really want to include more relationships in my life, social, leisure, recreational activities, or hobbies. Just satisfied. I mean, well, I guess neither satisfied or dissatisfied. Well, that's the thing too, is those are such different questions. Like my social, my leisure, my recreational activities or hobbies, those are all very different things that have, like, they should all be separate questions. Work or school performance, I'm going to say dissatisfied. No, I'm going to say neither. Ability to function, dissatisfied. I have been doing good, but I'm just so exhausted. So I am a little unsatisfied. Have you ever felt like you ought to cut down on your drinking or drug use? No. Have people annoyed you by criticizing your drinking or drug use? No. Have you felt bad or guilty? No. Have you ever had a drink or use drugs first thing in the morning? THC. So yeah, technically. Okay. Then this drug use is THC. Oops. Medicinally. Just as a formal note. All right, this clip has been going on for almost 10 minutes at this point, and I am going to get my food on the pot. I'm going to go to this meeting, and I might not stay through the whole thing, but I do think I'm going to stay for at least a good chunk of it, because I do at least want to listen. I want to see what's going on in that meeting. I want to see how it is. I'm going to pull up the meeting and then get off of here, but I am going to try to do more frequent updates. I just have been so busy and just so tired and not really thinking about anything except for the stuff that I'm doing. So it's been really hard. But thank you guys so much. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, it is Friday, December 26th. It is 3:51 p.m. I'm making lunch right now. Yes, I'm not wearing a shirt. I don't have one clean right now. So I'm wearing a sports bra. So I'm currently in the process of doing my 2026 tarot card reading. I like to tarot card readings at the start of the year. I think it's fun. I like to compare them. I like to look at the one from the year before, and I like to see if it's accurate at all, because sometimes it isn't and sometimes it is. I just think it's fun, and I like to collect tarot cards, and I like to use them because I collect them. This is the Tarot of the Divine, a deck and guidebook. It's by Yoshi. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it from her page directly. I do recommend this card deck. I bought it when it released in 2020. I believe I pre-ordered it, and it is still in you can't even see what I'm showing you. It's still in very good shape. Just the cards are bent, but that is just what happens when you shuffle a deck of cards enough. So I'm doing my card readings. I'm not actually gonna decipher it right now. I'm just pulling them. So that is the intention. But anyway, so for January, I got the 5 of Coins reversed. February, I got Death, 9. For March, I got the 6 of Cups reversed. For April, I got the Knight of Coins. For May, I got the Knight of Cups. June, I got the Ace of Swords. For July, I got the 7 of Cups reversed. August, I got the Hanged Man reversed. September, I got the Page of Swords reversed. October, I got the Ace of Coins reversed. November, I got the 9 of Swords reversed, and December, I got the Knight of Swords. There's a lot of knights in this reading.
And there's also there's a lot of reverses, but yeah, I'm going to interpret this later, and then I will tell you guys my interpretation of it. So I'm gonna put this away, and I'm gonna go mess with my lunch, and I will probably talk to you guys later.